We are going to discuss the future direction of Bitcoin. Since I've been here since 2017, I'm 3 for 3 when it comes to my predictions about Bitcoin. Where will you execute this bull run as if no one has ever succeeded before? If I consider the market conditions, I can predict how these markets will move. We'll also discuss the 97.1% vote that exposed the Bitcoin Ethereum scam on the XRP ledger Russia. True enough, the purge the cleaning is underway. People, XRP deserves a significant change. And after that, we'll discuss some XRP targets since I truly like them, and I won't lie to you now, let's get started on this. We have discussed the existence of Bitcoin. We're going to keep talking about 48,000 for a while since we are currently above it and it is approaching. $48,196.7 it's up right now. Ethereum has increased by 1.53% over the last 24 hours, trailing closely behind Bitcoin at 2.13%. XRP is trading at a mean 53 Sierra Leonean leones, with USDT and USDC coming in at 2,524.99 cents, respectively. Now, cents aren't so bad, are they? It's now open. What do you think about the fact that 2.42% of the top cryptocurrencies are leading the way? People have valued the Bitcoin industry at $832 trillion. Recall that we have until we break $2 trillion to make a decision. Despite this, I am pleased with the direction that Bitcoin is now taking. This is how the game works. Give the matchup predictor a listen. It's straightforward. Based on their simulation of this game, they anticipate that San Francisco will win 60% of the time. The nerds appeal to me. To be honest, I'm not sure if I'm going to take them at -1.5 or if I'm going to do a moneyline spread. If this is a 1 to 2 point game, I would prefer not to worry about points with you, the extra, -15 that's going to be in there. I like it's among my best wagers on props. The team that scores the fewest points will win the game. I believe that the entire game will be quite close. Who will execute in the fourth quarter and try to punch in a late score to take the lead will determine the outcome. That's one of my favorite props, I think. I won't make a mistake. Utilizing the coin flip, which many since I am aware of the halftime show, should I place a little wager on it? My girlfriend is investigating that. Wants to place a serious wager on Taylor Swift's lipstick color. I believe we'll stay with the traditional red, and lots of people will be there to enjoy the Super Bowl. Be able to throw 20, 15, and 51. Proceed as you please. To create the game, toss them onto a prop. Why not make the halftime show enjoyable for a little while now? I have been forecasting the direction of Bitcoin. Thus far, I've been doing these moves flawlessly. As we advance through these threads, we are 3 for 3. The fact that the first one was released is evident. On January 3rd, the price of Bitcoin was at the $42,000 level. What was it I told you? Next, Bitcoin was set to hit 47.48K. Occurred, the value of Bitcoin reached 47.48000. And then what? As I informed you, the nuclear bomb was approaching, and we were leaving. Down into the $30,000 range, at which point 39,000 users of Bitcoin were able to access it. Occurred, I released the following forecast. I informed you that the adjustment is essentially complete, and tiny pumps will be seen. If a black swan-like event occurred and Bitcoin was unable to break out of the $48,000 area, there would likely be dumps along the way. The price of Bitcoin is continuing to decline, as you can see, so what will happen next? We would have gone down 10 to 15%. And I pre-typed it as the next step for Bitcoin. Is optimistic, we'll reach 50 to 52K. When we reach these goals, we'll update the thread once more with the previous calls, 3 for 3, making it 4 out of 4. Let's move on and share it, watch that, and pin it. And just like that, people. Be mindful. Getting down to it, I've been here since 2017, and I am aware of how the markets are moving. We can anticipate where the market will be extremely straightforward. I might as well release this now. On the XRP, there is a 90.71% yes vote for native smart contracts. Ledger observes, it is hard to understand why anyone would not want this. He notes that Ethereum has rebuilt its network, moving from Bello via the PW system to a POS network that will soon process 100,000 transactions per second. We are still discussing whether or not we want a native layer smart contract in the interim. Capacity, he is correct. This is what we need and want. You want to discuss the price of XP skyrocketing and having adequate liquidity to support the greater price of XRP with less slippage between this and your order to meet with market makers. We require this. People, everything is coming. I know it's taking longer than we anticipate and longer than we want patience from those who possess it, but we're going to get everything. Are going to receive substantial rewards. Put that in writing. I simply took a sip of my coffee, people. I'm not happy because it's cold now. About how to handle significant breaking news, we already knew that Russia is currently the second largest Bitcoin miner globally. It's not a secret at all. There are no secrets, China and Russia dominate Bitcoin. Brad Garlinghouse recalls the Anthony Pompano interview that he conducted, and I attempted to let him know that he was out when he informed me that China and Russia own Bitcoin. Brad's eyes burst out of his head and out of his thoughts. Who can recall that? Yes, I do. I will always remember that. I will always remember that. The intriguing aspect is that there will be institutional money enters the market when it is known that China or Russia could easily wipe out the price of Bitcoin. That is, they could crash the market whenever they choose, which would devastate all of the institutions that had put US dollars in it. That's what makes everything so intriguing, and they're still moving forward despite it. Steven Ethereum says we all saw through this fake initial coin offering. Joseph Len's focus on cost Ethereum is headed for disaster since overutility has left it without reliable use cases, dubious security, and centralized controls. Don't play the victim, ignore the signs. When Ethereum has a failure similar to FTX, Steven Arav is well versed in the current situation. Continuing with Ethereum and its origins, folks, he was involved in the beginning. All of this is emerging. Everything is changing. Am I seeing this? Asks about the actual flap that has been revealed. Given that the Ethereum roadmap has a purge section that makes it clear they are getting rid of technical and historical data, why are Falik and Joe Lubin trying to do away with this? Which data are they attempting to remove? We were ready to commit one of the largest financial crimes in history, so they couldn't lose. Observe, people, the clearance, really, that was a fantastic film. Don't get me wrong, but there appears to be suspicion about the purge on the Ethereum blockchain. Please share your thoughts with me in the comments below. You'll be curious to see what the others believe that Dusty BC is present. Crypto was the one who released this. I firmly believe XRP is ready for a significant change. True, it's been too long. Keep in mind that it has been far too long, and we are about to perform that enormous push-up. We notice more than simply a 10 to 15% move when XRP moves. After witnessing an explosion, which originates at $150, which is my first stop for XRP, we reach $150. This is the cool-off point. People, when we get to that $150 area, a significant upward push is required. Must surpass 2020, 2021, and XRP. Whether or not to label it a bull is debatable. It ran since the SEC didn't shorten it. Still, it was around 192, give or take $1.98. For the sake of clarity, we'll refer to it as $2 on this channel. We have to get past it. Then $22.80 needs to be broken. The fund will launch at $3, which is the previous all-time high for XRP set in 2017. That's because that's when we get in. Forget about it once we commence the price discovery process. People, just forget about it. Branch, Michael Doc Defender, whose targets I've previously highlighted, and I discussed our goals as well as my safe range for XRP, roughly $3 to $650 for a very cautious and safe price, in our conversation. Doc Defender thinks we could climb targets up to $18. What will matter is how much money enters the markets and how much institutional investors spend on cryptocurrency. I've given charts that illustrate the move of XRP up to the $17 to $24 price range. Those are highly likely targets. The question of whether the institutions will invest in X is irrelevant. If they show up in full, the question is, how much money will they inject? Force we reach that at full blast. The entire market capitalization of cryptocurrencies is expected to reach $6 to $7 trillion, with a projected volatility of $17 to $24 XRP. Yes, we will reach those goals. I may seem like a broken record in front of people I know, but sometimes you just get a there is no way because the total amount of cryptocurrency we have is just 1.8 trillion, XRP hits $20, or 1 trillion. Where is everything? If XRP reaches $20, we won't just have 1.8 trillion in the cryptocurrency markets, rather, we'll be getting closer to $7 trillion. The money is coming from the bull run, not the institutions. Doll assortment. This is not a place for idle chatter. The most recent peak for cryptocurrencies is valued at 2.7 trillion. I honestly believe we'll score 5.4 with an easy 2x on that.